All right, sweet. We got plenty of mana now to play our Archon Sungrace or anything else we'd like to play. Let's play the Archon. I want to get it out there as soon as possible so we can start generating. So we can start generating some tokens. What's going on, everybody? Thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. In today's video, we have an ABZAN enchants list for you. This deck revolves solely around Calix. Is kind of the build around of this deck. It's a very powerful planeswalker that I don't think gets enough play since Theros of Beyond Death. But before we jump into that, we are on the road to 1,000 subscribers. It is a goal we set around here. So if you're not already subscribed, be sure to do so, because also you're going to get notified anytime we post a video. And we do post videos weekly. We try to get out, 2 to 3 a week if possible. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any future videos. Also, there's some links in the description below for the Instagrams, Twitter, things like that, Twitch. Be sure to follow all of those, because I'd love to see those numbers go up as well. We're going to get a little bit more active on all the other social medias down the road. All right, let's talk about the deck, and then we're going to get into some gameplay footage. So like I said, this deck kind of revolves around Calix, Destiny Hand here. It's a planeswalker from Theros Beyond Death. It has some really cool abilities here. The +1 is basically a search ability that allows you to go into the top of your deck. I think it's, let's see, 4 cards. Yeah, 4 cards, and you can actually dig for an enchantment, which is great because 99% of our deck is enchantments, which is crazy because you're going to see in the game we do actually whiff with that sometimes. But either way, you're plussing up that loyalty, getting to the ultimate, which is returning all enchantment cards from graveyards to the battlefield. Most of the time that's not going to happen. We're just looking at the +1 or -3. -3 is a removal spell. You're basically taking a permanent off their side of the battlefield and putting it underneath another enchantment you control on the battlefield, like a prison effect. So until that enchantment leaves the field, that's going to be an exile underneath your enchantment. So very cool card. Now, how do we make this card good, and how do we make this deck run? So we got a few different engines here. We have Archon Sungrace. We have 4 of here. This is going to be another win con of our deck. You're going to place an Archon of Sungrace, and anytime you play an enchantment after that, the Archon is going to trigger an event causing a 2/2 Pegasus to come onto the battlefield. And as long as Pegasus or your Archon is alive, the Pegasus has lifelink. So this can get crazy pretty quickly, especially if you stack a couple Archons and you hit an enchantment, you just start popping off 2/2 Pegasus left and right. You can end the game really quickly, because also they have flying, and that's really hard to block. So very cool card there. It's a way to win the game. Another way to win the game is we have 3 Felidar Retreats. This is a really cool landfall card. Whenever you play this and you drop a land onto the battlefield, you can either create a 2/2 Cat Beast token or put 1/1 counters on all your creatures. So if you've already got a bunch of Archons onto the field, a bunch of Pegasus, then you can go ahead and just start +1/1 every single turn, gaining more life, doing more damage. Or if you're in need for some chump blockers, you can just start creating a bunch of 2/2s. This also can stack and get out of hand pretty quickly. Stacking is the best thing you can do, man. And once you start stacking a bunch of these enchantments, it can get pretty wild. Another engine of the deck, this one I wouldn't say is a win con, but it's an engine of the deck, is we have 4 Hateful Eidolons. This card right here is really good because if you have a Hateful Eidolon out, there's a potential for you to continuously draw cards and continue to grow your value with the deck. What I mean by that is whenever an enchantment, an enchanted creature dies, you get 1 card, you draw a card. So what that means is when you have Hateful Eidolon out, the best combinations to put with it are things like Deadweight and Mire's Grasp, because if you throw a Deadweight or a Mire's Grasp onto your opponent's creature and it actually kills it, we lose the Mire's Grasp that goes to the graveyard, but we get to draw a card. So not only did we remove the creature off the battlefield, we draw a card. So very, very powerful combination with these 3 cards. So that's why we have it in there, so we can continuously generate card drawing in the engine that way. So that way we never really get stalled out or get short on the hand of cards. So that is very, very important to the deck. Up next we have Birth of Meletis. We've run 4 of these. The Birth of Meletis is very important because not only does it give you life gain, it gives you a wall, it also mana fixes. So it gives you so many things and so much value out of it, and the fact that it's an enchantment only helps the case a lot more because it synergizes really well with everything else. Then we have Lithoform Blight. This one's kind of unique. I think it was the best Theros. I'm sorry, I think this was the best Zendikar enchantment aside from Felidar Retreat. I wanted some more Zendikar cards in the deck, so I went with Lithoform Blight. I think it's the best form of that. So you enchant the land, you get to draw a card, which is great. That's probably the best part about it. You get to draw a card, and then the enchanted land becomes colorless essentially. But if you pay 1 life, you can add a mana of any color. So it actually helps you mana fix if you have additional life. You could draw a card off of it. So there's a lot of cool things you could do with this card, and that's why we run 3 of these. It works out really, really well for us. It really synergizes well with the deck as well. So that brings us to Setessan Champion for us. So Setessan Champion is really great because, again, this one draws you a card. You can see that the drawing the card is kind of important to me. I felt like I picked a lot of enchantments that allow you to draw cards because this deck needs to continuously churn out. So you can find things to remove creatures with. You need to find your engine pieces. So the best way to do it is to try to draw as many cards as you can. But also when you're drawing these cards, you're also generating value for your Archon by dropping in a bunch of enchantments. So you can see how that synergizes pretty well, and it can cause like a snowball effect. And then we have 3 Banishing Lights. This is just another tool to, like a Calix, basically to eliminate some things off the opponent's side of the field, some permanents that you can't necessarily deal with otherwise. Banishing Light's a good way to steal those things. I think we actually end up Banishing Lighting a couple Lucky Clovers, so that's really good. There's some things in the meta that are really easily dealt with just with the Banishing Light. So. And then we have 2 Hagra Maulings. This card right here is amazing because it basically acts as a murder, but it's also just a land. Most of the time we're going to just use it as a land, but sometimes late in the game, if we need to get something removed off the side of the opponent's side of the field, we could just murder it with the other half of the card. So very useful utility card. Then we have 2 Elspeth Conquers Death. This is another fantastic saga card. Everyone's pretty familiar with this one at this point. This one's been popular for a while now. You get to exile something, you get something back eventually, and it makes your opponent have to pay more for their things that they want to do. So really cool card, and I think this deck, like I said, the synergies are incredible. It's all there. They all work together cohesively to do great things. There might be 1 or 2 cards that I want to change and look at into the future, maybe making this a little bit better, but we'll get into that at the end of the video. We're going to come back here and break it down and talk about some things that we might want to change. So be sure to stick around for that. Check out the gameplay footage. It's a good one. And then, like I said, we'll come back here and wrap it up. So thank you guys so much for watching. Enjoy the gameplay footage, and we'll see you guys on the next one. All right, here we go. I like this hand a lot. Sorry about the quick abrupt start. I just wasn't sure if I was going to be recording this game or not, but I am going to go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and just drop a Triome real quick. Eidolon looks good, but there's no immediate benefit from playing Eidolon, so let's not throw it out there when it can't be protected at the moment. Felidar Retreat's pretty good too. Let's just go ahead and keep it going. I could play the Eidolon to block the Alseid, but there obviously wouldn't even swing in if I did that. So I don't know. I just don't want to put it out there and then have it just get in trouble. And then lose the value of drawing the cards, because that's why it's here, to help us draw cards. I guess we just play this and say go. All right, well, we're in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, I guess I could, this is a tricky deck to play already off to a weird start. I guess I could have played the Eidolon and then used my Calix to banish that. So that was probably the play I should have done. But this is also not a bad play. This is also not a bad play. Hopefully we can generate a ton of ponies here with a bunch of different enchantments. Mire's Grasp, not good. Please tell me they don't have a dead weight. They have a dead weight. They had the dead weight. Unfortunate. All right, well, now we can just unlimited basically 2/2s until they can do something about that. So that's kind of nice. They more than likely have something. Yeah, they have something. Man, they have all their dead weights and Mire's Grasp right on top. You gotta love it. But that's okay. We have Calix. Good old Calix here. which means you go bye-bye. And we play a land. Getting a 2/2. Get a 2/2, say we'll play one of these now. Just in case we draw into a Mire's Grasp. Actually, let's play both of them. In case we draw into a Mire's Grasp, but then that way our mana's all the way open and we can do a lot more things with it. Plus, we can start giving them 1/1s so we can reinforce them a little bit better. The Luris is going to come back down, though, and get them... oh, we exiled it. Never mind. Just kidding. They can't get an enchantment, though. Here comes some dead weights. Ugh. Good old dead weight. At least I draw some cards off of it. No? No? No, it's not. It was not. Whenever an enchanted creature dies, draw a card for each aura you can draw. Oh, not my aura. Not my aura. Let's go digging in here real quick. Let's get a Banishing Light. We'll be taking you. Meletis comes down. We'll get a land. We'll get another 2/2. Let's go ahead and fill up the field before we start buffing things up. I don't want to get a really strong little token that can just be easily dealt with or bounced. Okay, they give up. That was quick. I was gonna say though, maybe pumping it up would have been a good idea because pumping it up would have allowed us to stay out of range of the dead weights and stuff like that. I don't know. I like it though. All right, and we're back. And I just realized I didn't hit record and I hit mulligan. Just FYI, we just mulliganed our first hand. Big yikes, but looks like we got some juice here on the next hand. Mire's Grasp will draw us a card, and we're up against something with small creatures, so we'd love to see that. We'll drop this first, Sorry about that. Yeah, I was talking to the camera and realized, oh, I'm not even recording here, and I just mulliganed. Great. But yeah, game 2, looking good. I was just apologizing for the light on the last game because I forgot my main light was off, and I looked over and I'm like, oh, I look kind of funny in the picture. But we're all set now. We're good to go. We're good to go. Let's draw ourselves a card. Take care of the stinger. We're up against cycling. Is that a problem? I'm trying to think. Is that a problem? Could be. Could definitely be a problem. That was good that they cycled there. That means we're not on a fox or anything. Fox is the main thing I'm kind of worried about. So is the 3/1 that gives 1/1s. That's kind of a problem. All right, let's go ahead and drop this. Get this. That way we can play our Calix on curve. So we don't have to play a Triome and wait another turn to play Calix. We may need Calix to exile something here, so gotta make sure it's ready to go. Another Dranith, there we go. That's a good exile target. Gotta keep our life total high. Gotta keep it high because if we get Zenith flared, that would be heartbreaking. Gonna put it under the Eidolon because if we put it under the Birth of Meletis, when it leaves the field, it comes back. So we don't want that to happen. That would be terrible. Keep our life total high. The Felidar Retreat will put some 1/1s on these next turn, and then we'll be able to swing in for more life. This is actually working out pretty well here. A lot of life gain situations here. Let's go ahead and just check. I don't think there's anything that I'm gonna hit that I would rather play than a Felidar. But you never know. Come in for 4 life gain. Boom, boom. Looking really nice. They're going to need to hit a big Zenith Flare to do any sort of damage here. They were really banking on that first Dranith here. That first Stinger. Because they didn't actually draw into the second Stinger until like turn 3. Yeah, they should have thought that through a little bit better, but... Let's go here. What do we hit? Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll be taking that. Another Felidar. Don't mind if I do. Don't mind if I do. We'll do a 2/2 and then 1 counter on each of them. Oh, I forgot about that ordering. That's so weird. You have to actually put the 1/1 counter, then choose the 2/2, and then it will actually put the 1 counter on the 2/2. That's so weird. That is so weird. Are they gonna go for another stinger? They sure are. We can -3 here, but I think the Elspeth is better. Yeah, I think the Elspeth is better. They have a long way to go though to actually damage us, so we're feeling pretty good about this right now. Go ahead and take the Luris, that way they can't keep doing all that silliness. We could actually just banish the Draenith too right now and get our Calix back. That might be worth it. Let's do that. We're gonna do this because, like I just said, we're gonna get our Calix back from the graveyard based on our Elspeth Conquers death. So I think that's a pretty big no-brainer here. Maybe a turn later would have been better, just because something could happen to our Elspeth Conquers death. But we're up against cycling, so there's nothing in their deck that can banish an enchantment or, you know, do anything weird like that. So. What kind of stinks though is almost all their cards are too small for our Elspeth Conquers Death to actually hit. I could just play this one though, just to get back some Eidolon action. Play the Triome. So put the 1/1 counter, then the 2/2, and your 2/2 will come out, and then it will get a counter. Very strange, I know. Very strange. Let's go ahead and put this here. Get another card. Opponent's on 1 card in their hand. That feels pretty good. Triome. Okay, we'll hang on to the Triome just to trigger all of our events again. If they want to block, by all means block. If they want to kill it, by all means kill it. These tokens are endless for us, so if you want to do that and block with your rescuer, I'm more than happy to take that exchange. But they don't, and I don't blame them. They're gonna get a lot of 1/1s, man. They're gonna be able to go so wide, but we're fine. I think we're more than okay here. We're in a very good position here, very strong position. I'm loving this deck so far, though. It's pretty sweet. I feel like we have a lot more threats in this deck than I thought I actually put in. I feel like those Felidar Retreats are doing a really good job. Ooh, okay, we're gonna get the Eidolon because we have Calix in hand now. We got really lucky there. Gonna go ahead and take you, put you here. And they say I've seen enough, and I don't blame them, man. We were about to come in there. We're gonna drop the land, grab another 2/2, put another 1/1 counter on everything. It was about to get out of hand pretty fast there. Jeez. So far, so good. So far, so good. Man, I'm exhausted today, guys. My son, he's 4 years old. He just had his very first soccer game today. It's kind of a big deal. He actually scored a goal too, which was pretty awesome. He was super stoked about it, so that was kind of cool. But I'm tired. He's tired. We're all tired. So funny. He's like, "Oh, Dad, my legs are so sore." Earlier today, he's literally, this is his first time ever going and like doing something competitive like that. It was a good time. Some of those little guys are really good, man. They've been practicing for like their whole life probably, because some of them, man, they were coming out quick. A lot of Triomes in hand this turn, so we're definitely not going to have a mana issue this turn, that's for sure. 3 Triomes and a Pathway, I can't argue that. But we are up against Gruul aggro. This could be a problem. Oh yeah, this is going to be a big problem. A big problem. That does tap though, so that's nice. So we can actually get in and gain a little bit of life here. Do you want to drop a Pathway maybe so we could play another Eidolon? Sure. Sure, why not? That's a good card. That's a really good card. Let's freaking go. Next turn, we got a Mire's Grasp. We're drawing 2 cards. Tons of value. And hopefully we can hit the elemental as long as they don't put any more equipment on it, or if they don't mutate onto it. We can hit the brush fire and that'll be perfect. we can only hope though. Can only hope here. No. Well, there goes one. But they did choose the one that had the enchantment on it, so that's kind of nice. All right. You're gone. Banishing Light. Don't mind if I do. This way, if anything happens to our Eidolon, we can actually draw another card. Plus, we get to gain a little bit of life here. Bang. We know we're not blocking. There's nothing we could do as far as dealing with the Hellhound at the moment. It would run right through us either way, so. All right. Oh, another Mire's Grasp? Heck yes. Oh, that couldn't have been any better. Let's go. And Banishing Light. We're going to need one of you. Go ahead and grab the Hellhound, and I think we pretty much took control of the board here. We got a full hand. They got 3 cards. It's looking really, really good right now. Let's play Calix. See if we can't find another Mire's Grasp. That'd be sick. Oh, we got a deadweight. We got a deadweight. Go ahead and gain another 2. Eidolon, man, it's been MVP, gaining us all that life. Man, it's really saved us these last few games. Gemrazor doesn't even go on to anything here. That was pretty ballsy. Plays a Gemrazor, but doesn't mutate it. Must have not had too many options. I should have saved that honestly for like when we had a Archon Sungrace out, but I just felt like playing it just so I can get that extra card, get a full hand again. Lotus Cobra. Okay, well, Lotus Cobra, you're toast, and I'm gonna get a Archon Sungrace trigger off of it as well. Yeah, they're not looking so hot right now. They are not looking so good at the moment. We got so many triggers at the moment, and another Banishing Light comes down. Fantastic. Get a couple more triggers. Go in for 3, gain 3. Almost back at 20 health. Guys, this is nuts. This is nuts. I mean, what do you do? What do you do now? We're way too far ahead. How do you even deal with this? Yeah, that's gotta be a wrap, right? I mean, come on. That's gotta be a wrap, right? They're letting us go through this whole sequence though, man. I am thoroughly thankful for that. Thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to finish out that play. Just to really showcase the deck. That's awesome. What a good sport. Let's go, guys. 3-0. Let's freaking go. This deck is nuts. I love it. All right. Like I said last game, we are 3-0 right now. We are just killing it. Absolutely flying through right now. I'm loving the way the deck feels. I love having Eidolon in the opening hand with a couple of removal spells, but we don't get it this time. So let's find out how this actually feels without actually having a super nice start. Oh, we're up against cycling again though. That's a problem. I don't know if this is the hand to beat cycling. Maybe. I mean, we have life gain. We do have life gain, so there's a chance. If we can find a few key spells to like banish this or kill it somehow, maybe a Mire's Grasp next turn. If we can't figure out a way to deal with that fox though, we're in a bit of a situation. Yeah, it's not looking so hot at the moment. Gonna take a lot of damage from this fox, man. It's gonna put a beating down on us. Stinger comes down. Okay, that's good. At least they're not cycling too much more on this turn. Just one more. But that is a good investment to damaging us in the future, which is not fun. Ah, man, I was looking for anything there that I could have used. That wall coming down, though, is huge. All right, let's just go ahead and say go. Archon Sungrace comes down next turn. Hopefully saves the day. It'll stop the Stinger from swinging in. We'll get a bit of life gain on the following turn. Maybe we'll pump it up with the training. That way we can get a little additional life gain on it. But something tells me they're going to be able to get the Zenith Flare down here pretty fast and end us pretty quickly. So not the best of games. We're going to gain this 2 back from the Meletis, so that's fine. We're going to be back at 10. Oh boy, yeah. Not looking so fantastic. Maybe we play the Felidar Retreat, actually. I think that's the play. So we play the Felidar Retreat next turn, and that will trigger our Archon Sungrace, and then we play a Swamp, and then we trigger the Felidar. Or we could like double and triple up on... Yeah, no, I don't think the Felidar is a play here. I think we just double up on like smaller enchantments. Getting ourselves a lot more Pegasus, because the Pegasus are going to have life gain. And life gain is going to be everything at this point. We're going to need to have a turn where we do like 10 life gain. So, man, what are they at? 7 in the graveyard. So, pretty close to that Zenith Flare. Oh, no. Oh, no. Yeah, that's about it. That's about it. We just didn't draw. We didn't draw the cards we needed. We did not draw the cards we needed, and unfortunately, that's the way the cookie crumbles. What a bad game, guys. We actually got off to a rough start, and to top it off, they had a really good start. They had their Fox, so unfortunately, we didn't go undefeated today, but let's keep it rolling. All right, so you can't win them all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen no matter what. But I do feel like this deck is still super powerful. I'm very happy with the way it's been playing so far. All right, sweet. We got 3 engine pieces here. We have a decent curve. So I'm going to go ahead and say keep to this one. We have a mana searching tool. Oh, great. We're up against Mill. Ay, ay, ay. As much as I love playing Mill, I cannot stand being milled. All right, well, we could, I guess we can't really do anything until we get Calix down, huh? Wow, they're just going to come right out and deny us, huh? On a Birth of Meletis? That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy. Deadweight that before they can get a card draw off of it. No card draw for you. Mire's Grasp. Yes, please. Yes, please. All right, sweet. We got plenty of mana now to play our Archon Sungrace or anything else we'd like to play. Let's play the Archon. I want to get it out there as soon as possible so we can start generating. So we can start generating some tokens. Oh my goodness. Do we even play this? I say no because we can get a Felidar Retreat trigger off of it. If we don't draw a land, we won't be able to. So, gosh dang it, man. Counter spells and millage. Can you run 2 more obnoxious things? Like, honestly. Let me guess. Counter. But of course. But of course. Well, now we don't have any landfall triggers, so let's go ahead and just drop this down. Stay go. I can't stand counterspell magic, man. Unless I'm playing it, then it's cool. Guess we'll play the Eidolon next just to see if they have priority held. We'll see if they have any stops set up. and then after that we'll play Calix. Or we'll play the Eidolon, followed by Banishing Light. Go ahead and get rid of you. See what opponent wants to do here. Like I said, I have Calix here, so I can start exiling anything they want to play, things like this, or I could start digging in here, which is what I would rather do, searching for enchantments, and then that way we can start filling up our hand with some good stuff. Calix is such a cool card, man. Like, it is like one of the coolest planeswalkers, I personally think, but just hasn't had a lot of opportunity to do anything with it. All right, well, what do we got here? 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 A lot of options. They're definitely gonna draw a card, that's for sure. Yep, they definitely wanted to draw a card. And they wanted to sacrifice it for an Eidolon? All right, bet. All right, definitely. You're not keeping that. You're not keeping that. That's fine, you can have that. I want to play Archon, but then I don't have another card to play, and I have to play it though. This is flying, you know what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. I was hoping to be able to play it and then get at least one trigger off of it before I just throw it out on the field to potentially be removed. They run black, so there's definitely removal spells they can hit me with. But it is getting a little late here, and so I want to try to get these next few games knocked out pretty fast, because I want to go to the skate park, man. It's such a nice day out right now. I want to go to the skate park so bad. It is such a beautiful day. All right, we're gonna go to what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? Guess we're gonna plus this. Let's plus this first. What do we get? I guess let's go ahead and throw one of these on here. Okay, let's drop one of these. Oh, we're out of planes already? That's pretty bad. Okay, well, guess we'll do this. There's a Banishing Light. As long as they're not able to gain control of my creatures, that's all I care about. So we're going to Banishing Light the Kiora and get that off the field, because once that is able to steal something of ours, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. As long as we can keep that off the field, I am a-okay with this. Let me guess. You have counter magic. I'll tell you what, let's find out. No counter magic. Okay. No counter magic. What that means, open season, baby. Open season. Wait. Oh, they only had creature counter spells. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyways, yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, like what kind of like hobbies you guys have. I know I talk about loving skateboarding and all that. I'd love to hear what you guys are up to these days, man. Some of you guys comment every week, and I'd like to get to know some of you guys better, but those who do, thank you. I appreciate the support. All right, next game. All right, so this is probably going to be our last game based on the time here. So let's hope we can get a W. I love having a lot of removal followed by an Archon. We're definitely going to keep this hand. We do have double white devotion, so that's good. We'll need to draw into another green source or a white source, which is good. Having to draw into two options as opposed to just one is much better. So thank you, Pathway. Started off with the swamp though. Started off with the swamp because you want to play these as late as possible, because you know you could throw this down for a white source and you could draw into another white source and it'd be kind of a pain in the neck. There we go. I gotta be careful and conscious about how many planes I've played too, because last game we ran out when we were playing the Birth of Meletis, so that wasn't fun. Lucky Clover. Okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and just take that from you, if that's cool. Not a big fan of people having Lucky Clovers on the field, so just gonna go ahead and take that and call it mine for the moment. So they're on Teamer Adventures. That's great. By great, I mean terrible. It's one of the strongest decks in the game, and I don't want to be playing against it, but here we are. Alright, what do we got here? 2/3. Whenever Queen of Ice deals combat damage to a creature, tap that creature, does not tap. Okay. Interesting. I've never seen anyone run that one before. Fair enough. So we have a dead weight, which isn't great here. I prefer to have a Mire's Grasp, and then this could we could trigger that off of killing that, but dead weight's not terrible to hit on anything really, just to get it, you know, get this to 0 potentially, and then just trigger Archon's ability. Or we could just steal that with our other Banishing Light. I like that better. No clovers for you today. So I'm gonna go ahead and say that that's mine. Go ahead and get myself a little Pegasus here. Let's just go ahead and swing in, gain our 3 life, and turn. We'll save this. We'll save this for something more, I don't know, more worthy. Right now these 1/1s aren't doing anything, but they do allow our Love Struck Beast to attack. But I can't hit them both, obviously, with one enchantment, so gonna just hang on to it for now. No point in throwing it on one of these just so they have another one. Can't lie, I love those sleeves. Oh, we get bounced. I didn't see that coming, to be honest. Alright, they swing it all here? That's okay. Nope, they wised up here. That's gonna get tapped though. It's kind of annoying. Mire's Grasp. Okay, now we're talking. Now we're talking. I'm gonna go ahead and throw down a dead weight on one of these now, just so I can get another trigger with the Archon. Now that we have Mire's Grasp, I feel a little better about that. Still gaining a ton of life. Opponent's definitely not going to be on any sort of like board wipe, so I'm pretty comfortable in this position. I feel like we're sitting really nice. Fae of Wishes, couple lands. Yep, saw that one coming. Dude, these lands are sweet. Oh, these are the Pathway alternate arts. I was gonna say those are sweet, man. Okay. Oh, they want to tap me down, but I still kill it, so sure. I don't mind tapping down. Get that off the field altogether. You will go for another green source here. Double triggers on the Archon. Swinging here, they're probably going to play. Yeah, let's save this. There's no need to pop that yet. We could get double triggers for Archon here, but oh, you know what? That probably would have been lethal if we did that. We would have had lethal on board. I didn't even do the math, but I was thinking, well, maybe it's more important to use this on like a borrower, but now I'm thinking about it. I probably should have just used it on that 1/1 and we probably would have had lethal on board, but oh well. Alright, they still have double devotion to blue, so they can still flash in a borrower to block with. They're also going to bounce something here. Oh! Return to nature. Very nice. Well, now they can't flash block with the borrower here, but they can bounce. How unfortunate. By unfortunate, I mean annoying. Alright, let's go ahead and swing in, get our 4 damage, gain 4 life. Still sitting really, really nice right now. Opponents got quite a bit they can do though. They got all those adventures in the pocket here. I don't know what's been used and what hasn't been used. They're not very good at showing that when they play a Escape to the Wilds, but I think they've all been used as far as their adventure side goes, so we might be all right. Lovestruck Beast should be coming down here too. No, they play Fae of Wishes. They'd rather block the skies. That makes sense. Okay, they had enough for all of it. Fair enough. That's huge. Okay, well. Okay, I was gonna say not like this, guys. Not like this. Deadweight. Double triggers. Bang, bang. Coming in for a lot of damage over the top. 4, 5 damage coming through. We're gaining 7. Feels really good. I could have Mire's grasped the 1/1 there, but they still would have had the Fae of Wishes here and still would have been able to swing through with the Lovestruck Beast. Not that I care if they swing with the Lovestruck Beast. We're basically invincible with this life total, so. And they did, in fact, agree with me. All right. GG's, guys. That was a fun one. Let's go ahead and break this sucker down and talk about how it went. I think it went pretty well, by the way. Spoiler alert. And we're back. Thank you guys so much for watching this video all the way to the end. I do very much so appreciate it. You guys are amazing, especially if you made it this far. Thank you. Special shout out to you guys. You guys make this worth doing, and I appreciate you all for that. Thank you so much for the support. Anyways, let's talk about the deck. So I think it played fantastically. I think that it's a very strong deck, and I think it definitely has potential to grow a little bit here. The cards that I would say that I would want to change the most here in the situation is there's 2 in particular that it personally didn't feel like they synergized super well. It's kind of awkward. So there's Setessan Training, right? So this card right here is great because we get to draw the card off of it. That alone is so good. But just to +1 something and give it trample isn't exactly in our style because we don't have any creatures that are going to get insanely huge. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no creatures that are going to get 10/10 that we need to throw a trample onto. So most of the time this is going on something that flies. So trample's not really necessary. It's just really good because we get to draw the card off of it and it triggers all the other events. I also didn't have any other green aside from Calix, so that's kind of why this card was put in as well, because I needed some more green. I didn't want to just splash in green just for Calix. I felt like we could have done more with the green, but there weren't a lot of good green enchants that I liked. I guess Hydra's growth was one of the only other ones I was looking at, maybe Wolfwillow's Haven. But let me know what you guys think. Should I maybe only splash into Calix and go straight black-white with a splash of green with Calix? Or do we actually keep another green enchantment in the deck? Because I feel like the deck is honestly maybe stronger without it. You might even be able to throw like Doom Foretold in here. That would be kind of sweet. But also too, the only other card I didn't see a whole lot of value out of was Hagra Mauling. I think that this could be the new mythic black swamp. I think that one would be a little bit better because then we can call back our Archon Sungrace if it dies, or our Eidolon if it dies. Not a lot of creatures though in the deck, so I didn't have it in here because it doesn't quite synergize as well with it. But let me know what you guys think. There's some options here. Maybe even the Angels, the 4/4 Angel land. That'd be kind of cool in Mauling's position. Or we don't even need additional land. How many lands do we actually run in here? 22. We do need the additional lands. What am I saying? So yeah, that would definitely have to be a land card of some sort. But that's it, guys. I think the deck ran really well. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have any ideas of what would make this better, I'm always open to hear those. So open forum. I really do appreciate any ideas. You guys have always been super respectful with the comments, so I appreciate that. And I think that's about it. We're gonna wrap this one up. Next video we've got coming out, I believe, is an ETB Blink deck revolving around Thassa, so be sure to stick around for that. I think that one's gonna be coming out Wednesday. So I will see you guys then. Peace.